guys, welcome back. So I've been talking about how I need to pull out all of the flowers and veggies that we have started thus far and see where they're at. I got to looking the other day. I'm gonna have to up pot. So my father-in-law either told me it was April 10 or April 11 that is our average last frost date. The trusty old internet, whether we believe them or not, said 17 through 20 in a couple of different places I saw. One was a specific date, like the 18th. Another one was a range, so we'll go with the range. We've had 2, if not 3 frost warnings. We have had cold weather here and there. So I don't know what to believe. I kind of set for May 1st, which is, today's the 22nd. So 9 more days, 9 more days. I don't know what to do. So I guess I'm going to have to up pot because let's look at this. These grow lights get my coloring a little bit off, sorry. But look, we're actually growing up and through. All that is up into. This one's coming up. These down here were the last to be planted, and they're even doing very well. So I'm going... Most of these said, you know, don't plant out until after your last frost date. Most of these were, well, that's strange. Oh, this here was the first set that I did because I did not date them. And that was somewhere around March the 2nd. It's the first set that I did. So anyway, I don't want to lose them because they have nowhere to go. So I guess we're going to up pot them up. I'll probably do that in my potting shed and go ahead and leave them in the potting shed or the unicorn shed, simply because my soil that I'm going to use has been sitting outside and I have an ant problem kind of out by the shed. And I don't want to bring ants into my house. So I think I've got room out there. And if not, I can always tear this shelf down here and take this shelf out to the potting shed because I have room for it. And so that is the goal. Whew, so this is going to be a little more difficult than I thought. Getting these out was fun. Okay, so I have... There's our summer yarrow right here. We have lemon yellow snapdragons. They're right here. Over here we have yellow blue swirl violas. That's these guys here. And then these tall guys over here are Potomac early sunrise snapdragons. These tall guys. So we're going to take them out to the potting shed. Part of me wonders if I shouldn't just go ahead and harden them off and just plant them out. And that may be what I do, because I can take a few days, harden them off, and I don't think a few days is going to hurt them. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. So, right now they're leaning over. I need to do something about that. So, there's our first round. Okay, so here's our next round. Fighting the lighting. Okay, so we have, and they're kind of looking a little punk. We're going to have to give them some fertilizer. We have Black Swan Poppy that came from Baker Creek. We have some Sweet William, but I'm not sure if there's actually any in there or not. Yeah, we have some Sweet William. It's right there. It didn't do as well, obviously. But then we have another round. Like, we have 2 of the Sweet William. We have a Queen Rose. It's doing very well. Moss Roses. Oh, no. They're not. That one is not doing well. But the Moss Roses are. Good deal. Okay. Our Candy Cane Zinnia. We have a couple. Here's one. It's kind of sad. The lavender does not appear that it's... there's maybe a couple. The Bachelor's Buttons. I did really well with them last year. The Aster Starlight. The Ornamental Wheat is doing very well. These Johnny Jump Ups. I am not good at growing Johnny Jump Ups. This is not the first time I have not had a Johnny Jump Up jump up. So, I need to do something. I need to decide if I'm going to plant them up or if I'm going to go ahead and just plant them out. If I plant them out, I do need to harden them off. Okay. Turn the vacuum off. It's loud. So, we have some Sunball. Can't read my own writing. Sunball Crispidia. Here, they seem to be doing very well. We have Valkyrie Mixed Asters in here. 2 of them. We have some Coleus. The Coleus looks really, really pretty. We have nasturtiums. That's these big. I loved them last year. They were so cool in the garden. We've got some violet asters. They seem to be there. Some shell pink asters. I've got 2 of them. An aster light blue and this one here only had one that came up in its row. And it's still an aster light blue. So, we seem to be doing fairly well. I think all these guys need some fertilizer, and when you fertilize them, when they're in their pots like this, you fertilize at half strength, and then eventually you do work up to full strength, but that's more for once you plant them out, or you up pot them, but you always start them out at half strength first. So the cabbages, they'll go ahead and they'll do fairly well if I harden them off and then go ahead and plant them outside, and they are taking over. They're getting pretty big. So we have a Mammoth, a Red Acre, and the Copenhagen. The eggplant, they should probably do okay on out. Your peppers are a lot like your tomatoes. We want to hold off on them until we know that warm weather is here to stay. But these are shishito peppers. Here's our mystery seeds. I still have no idea what that is. Broccoli Calabrese. So broccoli is supposedly pretty hard to grow. I think there's some in there. We have American flag leeks. 2 of them. We have some tomatillos. Your tomatillos are a lot like your tomatoes and peppers. They want warm weather, so you want to wait until you know it is warm. And then our shallots. Our shallots could actually go out now. I'm not sure if there's a lot going on there or not. Some of this is a little difficult. Look how I need to do something, whether it be pot them up or pot them out. I need to do something because this is getting crazy. Okay, so we have some Pansy Airbrush or Brush Strokes Viola. I'm not so good at that, but look, they're finally starting to do something, which is kind of crazy because they took forever. We're talking forever. Johnny Pastel Mix Status. Then that's also Pastel Status right here. We have the QIS Orange Gampharina right here. We've got 2 of those. We have a Raspberry Cream Gampharina. We got 2 of them. One side is doing well, the other side... Ooh, sorry. This side over here is not doing so well, but the next one over is doing fairly decent. These are Champagne Bubbles Scarlet Poppy. There's one. There's one. Back here, there aren't any. Nope, there's one. So I have 2 out of all of it I planted. Black-eyed Susans are doing well. And the African daisies, yeah, they kind of took a poop. So, there we go. Okay, so we have some butterfly flowers. There's some painted daisies in here. Some salvia. Clove-scented basil. We've got 4 o'clocks. They're doing very well. We've got 2 of them. We have some cockscomb. Seems to be doing fairly well. The Amazing Gray Poppy. I actually planted last year and didn't have any luck, but there looks like there's a couple. Iceland Poppy, maybe a couple back there. And then marigolds, and that's definitely not enough marigolds in my opinion. But I don't think I started anymore. I think that's all the marigolds that I started. But they are doing very well. So I'm pretty excited about the marigolds. To see how well the marigolds are doing, look, we've got a bud that's formed right there. So cool. I love marigolds. They may not be the best smelling flower, but they're so pretty in my opinion. So I may have to plant some more marigolds. We'll see. So I have a tray here of nothing but tomatoes and basil. So we have some rainbow tomatoes, big rainbow. We have some blueberry tomatoes, some green zebra, some mushroom basket, classic beefsteak, red cherry, Romas, trophy, another type of mushroom basket, but it's by a different place. One was Baker Creek and one is in my gardener. And then we have Genovese and sweet Italian basil here. Now, basil and tomatoes do not want to be put out before your last frost. They will not do well if the weather gets cold. You will have to cover them up if you do put them out. It's just best to hold off. So I will be up planting these for sure. The other thing about a tomato is you see all the little hairs. You can kind of see the hairs on there. So the further down you plant it, so I could plant it even to this first set of leaves here, that will all become root. So you can actually get a really good root system, which is what you want on a tomato. And you also have to consider if you have determinate or non-determinate. A determinate tomato means, like a Roma, is going to have a specific place that it's going to grow to, a specific height, and that's it. All your fruit's going to come on, and then the plant is going to be dead, basically. Your indeterminate will grow, you'll get fruit, will grow, you'll get fruit. And as you keep staking it up, it's going to keep growing up to an indeterminate height. You could have a 6-foot tomato plant if you really took care of it correctly and properly. You can also, I don't have any suckers yet. There's going to be suckers on a tomato plant. And supposedly you can actually pull the suckers off of a tomato plant, put them into some water, they'll grow a whole new root system, and you can have a whole new tomato plant. So that's something to consider too, especially with something maybe like a Roma. Especially if you had somewhere to keep it warm as fall comes on, just so that you can keep it healthy, not get it cold. Because the minute that cold snap hits, they're gone. So the gator is full of plants right now that are ready to be headed to the unicorn shed. So we'll move these and then we'll go back in and we'll see what else there is. Okay, this particular set here is not doing well. I'm not sure that I like this growing deal because we don't have any Death Blue Nigella. We have some classic Magic Centara, but they're not doing real well. The Cinderella Peach zinnias are all on their last leg, and I had 2 of those. The Giant Dahlia Deep Red zinnias, not doing well at all. The Albion Black Pod Nigellas, I have 1. Oh wow. Marigold Key Limes are doing well. The Forget-Me-Nots are doing very well. The Portulacas are doing very well. So we're going to get them out of this. We're either going to pot them up or I think we're going to pot them up just to get them out of this particular tray because these guys aren't doing very well at all. Okay, so I have a little bit of sage coming, but not much. I have a little bit of dill, some summertime. I see mint growing. I put some more basil in because I didn't think I had enough basil, so that's doing well. The cilantro looks fairly okay. Arugula is doing very well. No rosemary, so I started a second round, I believe. And then the parsley is doing fairly well. So that's what I have herb-wise in this particular tray. We have gone ahead and decided to take this stand on out to the unicorn shed to start putting more plants on. So this is getting exciting, guys. Hopes if I hit the record button. Okay, let's go through this real quick. These were just started 6 days ago. So we're not seeing anything out of the parsley in the back yet, or the rosemary. Basil we're starting to see some of. There's a couple little strawberry mint, but not many. We're doing really good with our huckleberry here, and our mustard greens, and our collard greens. Like, I can't really tell them apart. We've got 2 collard greens going. Our lettuce is doing really well, and so are our watermelon starts. Then we have to flip around. Our Forever Silver Status is doing really well. The Black Knight Scabosia, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, it's coming on. There's 2 rows of it. There's 2 rows of the white cut flower kale, and it's doing really well, as is the red cut flower kale. There's the purple red straw flower right here. I'm just hoping this doesn't fall. Right here, those little guys. We've got 2 Queen Lime Peach zinnias, which let's hope I don't kill this round because I killed all the last of them and I don't know how. We have Red Cropper Straw Flower, these little guys. And then our Double Click Bicolor Violet Cosmos are doing really well. These guys aren't doing as well. There's a couple habanero. There's one here, one here. You can just barely see them starting to pop out. Our Rainbow Swiss Chard. Let's see if it's focusing on the Swiss Chard, not the tag. Is doing well. Our Paris Island lettuce is doing okay. Our orange bell peppers are just now peeking out, but I had to take the lid off, the dome off, because of the Swiss chard. We haven't seen anything out of the fennel yet. Nothing out of the cilantro yet. Nope. The dill is coming on. We've got 2 dill, and then nothing out of the parsley. I have some seeds over here that are a direct plant, a passion flower, the hollyhock, the lupine, and some parsnips. And then I have some in the house that I still need to start. I keep saying I'm done with starts, and then I keep finding more that I want to start. So anyway, that's where we're at with the starts to this point. We're just going to throw these in the cast iron skillet right now. Lastly, we're going to be, I don't know if I'll start rosemary again or not, because I forgot that I had actually started rosemary for a second time. The first time, nothing came out of it. We're going to be starting some more sage because I didn't get it. Actually, I think my sage finally came on. I'll have to double check that one also. I forgot to start jalapeno peppers. We need some of them. We decided to go ahead and start some tarragon and some sweet marjoram. I'm trying to do this one-handed. Then we thought about doing some Thai hybrid hot peppers, some Red Rocket cayenne peppers, and some Anaheim chili peppers. There was one other pepper that my husband wanted to start, but we haven't been able to find it, and I can't remember what it's called, so I guess I'll have really good luck finding it, won't I? Anyway, that is where I stand right now with all of my starts that I started this spring.